Hey gang, welcome back to the channel. On this episode we've got a parts install. We're going to put some bag guards on this beast. Thanks for tuning in. First step is we have to take off the bags. Second step, got to take off the bag supports. I've got a number 14 wrench here and a T45 drive. Go ahead and loosen it up a bit. And here in the back we've got two different sizes. We can use the same number 14 wrench and T45 on the bigger one, and then on the other one you're going to have to go to a T40 drive. And I'm not sure on the wrench size as of yet. I think it might be a 1/2 inch, but I'm not sure. Yeah, that was a 1/2 inch on the smaller one in the rear part. And like I said before, a T40 drive. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen up this bolt right here so I can slide this piece that way and get it off the motorcycle and off the exhaust system. I'll probably have to loosen up the back one a little bit too to get the little flange or whatever you want to call it to lift up a little bit to get that out and replace it with the new part that I have. It's a Harley Davidson part, and I will put it in the description below and go ahead and tack it onto the screen as well. Alright, we got to get this piece out because we're going to need that again over here on the exhaust. And you need to save this rubber bushing right here because that's going to have to go back on the new piece that I bought from Harley Davidson. And the part number will be on the description below the video, and I'll go ahead and pop it on the screen right about now. Yeah, this rubber bushing, you got to really work with this. Try not to damage it, obviously, because you're going to need it for the next go around. So go ahead and pop that out of there. Just be careful you don't tear these little flanges off. Here's the new piece. As you can see, the back part here looks just like the other bit, but the front part has a hole in it. And the part that goes towards the frame of the bike here is gone, so it can attach to the new bag guard on the front. When you put the bushing back in, make sure that it's not like this, not like a bridge. Make sure that it's kind of like a big wide fat U, because if you don't, it won't fit on the bracket that holds the exhaust system on. This is what it should look like when you're about ready to get it shoved back down in there. Take a little small screwdriver here and lift up a little bit. Try to get yourself some a little bit more of that bolt sticking out so you can grab it with the nut. Just a little tiny screwdriver here, that's all. Just be careful you don't scratch up your pipes. Because you know how it is. When you scratch anything up, it gets rusty. And then just repeat the process for the back. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is locate where we're going to have to put this bag guard on. This is the top part where you're going to through bolt it. And down here's the bottom part where you're going to through bolt it again. And then this piece here that we just put on, you're going to slide the rear facing portion of the bag guard over it. Okay, here's the bag guard itself, and Here's the front part right here where you're going to through bolt. It's going to be the top basically. And here is the bottom through bolting portion right down here. And then here's the rear facing tube that you're going to slide over top of the other part that we just installed. Okay, before you get started putting that on, what you got to do, you got to take your 45, or yeah, your T45, and go ahead and pop this off, because you're going to use that top part to screw that back in. And also a note, when you go to put this back on after you've put your bag guard on, you're going to use a 7/32 drive. When you start to put the bag guard on, just go ahead and kind of tip it away from the bike, slip it over the tube that you first installed, and kind of rock it back until you get to where the lower attachment point is, the through bolt area. And then you just kind of line up your top one up here, over here. I don't know if you can see it in the camera view. That's where you're going to attach with the 7/32 drive. This down here is the other through bolt point. And now we have this slid over top of this, so we're good to go there. I'm going to go ahead and start attaching it using the top part with the hardware provided by Santoro, and get it hand tight. And I'm not going to bother cranking it down as of yet, so I can adjust things a little bit. And we'll go ahead and use their provided hardware again to go ahead and through bolt the lower portion. Put the nut on there and just hand tighten that one again. And the next step will be, we'll go back and go ahead and get it reattached to the rear. And we'll go get this other one here on. All right, now that everything's attached lightly, I'll go ahead and get everything cranked down. I'm just going to go from front to rear. All right, we'll go ahead and get this number 14 on the back, and the 7/32 again. All right, we got the T45 again, T45 drive, and the 14 wrench. Crank this one down, the larger of the two. Alright, we'll get the back one next. Alright, for the smaller one, we've got the 1/2-inch wrench holding the nut, and we're going to need a T40 to go ahead and tighten it down. Okay, the last step before putting all the bike parts on is we're going to put these sliders on. And they go right here. And before you start, I just go ahead and slowly screw them on just to make sure that the paint is clear. I already did that, so they're pretty good. Sometimes when you get stuff painted, it's kind of hard to get the screws started. But I got them with a little pop of color, this thing right here. And the bolt goes in there, like that. And the little pop of color goes on like that. Just kind of get it started. And to get this one on, you get this big fat beast. 3/8 drive. So I'm just going to go ahead and get it cranked down a little bit, and then put it back on the ratchet and crank it down. And then you'll repeat this on the top part as well, and then just go ahead and do the same thing up here too. Get it started with the drive. And then go ahead and finish it off with your ratchet. Alright, this is what it should look like when you're done. You get your part screwed in there. Down here. Got the one piece slid over top of the other. Your parts put back together here. And there. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put the seat on right now and put the bags on so you can see what it looks like. And to save time on the video, obviously I'm gonna do the other side off camera, and then I'll just show you an overall view of the entire bike. I'll do a walk around. Some pretty good product. Super heavy duty looking bar. Sliders are really durable and replaceable, and you got that little pop of color that you can get separate. Welds are nice and clean looking, and the coating is really top notch. So props to Santoro Fabworx. Really great product. Alright, this project stretched into a second day, but we're all done now, so I'll give you that walk around of the finished product. And wanted to give a shout out to Santoro Fabworx out of California. They did a great job on the product, and they got it out in a timely manner, even though I ordered it just before the holidays. So thanks to you guys out there. Let's get this walk around out of the way. Thanks for tuning into the channel again. If you like the content, please like, share, subscribe, and hit that little bell for notifications. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time. Ride safe, and as always, wear your helmet. Later. Bye-bye.